Hello there, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Cloud-Based Mayhem. Usually I don't force you to look at my ugly mug, but we're going to release this as a video version. We'll have it as an audio version as well, for those of you who want to listen to it like you normally do in the car or as a podcast. But I recorded a video interview with a few athletes right after they made it to goal during the Red Bull X-Alps. And I wanted to just get their thoughts, their highs, their lows, their scary moments, their sweet moments. Will they do it again? Kind of asked the same question with everybody. These were all short, just 5 to 10 minutes, and I just wanted to get their perspective. I got as many as I could. I got Tanguy Renoud-Goud as he was having lunch with his team. He came in 9th place. Shane Tighe, who came in 17th from Australia, first time Australians made it in. Rémi Bourdelle in 6th from France. Jean de Biolley, 14th from Belgium, who had that crash, a hard hit, leaving St. Moritz early in the race and stuck it out. Heck of a performance. Juraj Koreñ from the US in 12th, had an awesome campaign with a really small team. And I caught up with those guys quite a bit, flew with them a little bit too during the race, and they were having a lot of fun. It was awesome to see him make goal. And the Slovakian Stoic, as I kept calling him during the race, Juraj Koreñ, who's going to be coming over for Global Rescue X Red Rocks, the hike and fly race that I organized, so that'd be really fun. And Juraj was in 13th. The race was amazing, a lot of meaty headlines. Kriegel finally unseated after 8 pretty dominant campaigns. And Aaron Duragati finally broke his Red Bull X-Alps curse, flying a heck of a bold line right there at the end, leaving Lermoos and flying his own thing. And solid win from him. It was amazing seeing those guys. I mean, Lars coming in less than 10 seconds in front of Simone, and then Kriegel shortly after. Really awesome to fly with those guys that last day on the way to Lermoos. Did about 50K with those guys, and just amazing to see how calm and relaxed and everything they were on launch, and then see them go into full race mode there at the end. But so many incredible stories from this one. Of course, the scary North Fern on the second day, which ended Max's campaign, and several feared injuries in this one, several other injuries, none of them major. I think Patrick Harvey Collard, who I actually flew with the day he got hurt, had that hard top landing, broke a foot or a bone in his foot, but he'll be fine. So we're going to do a whole nother episode with Tom de Dorlado, who was also on the media side of things this time after all of his campaigns since 2007. He's done 9. This was going to be his 10th, but he had that terrible crash that we have a podcast about from a few months ago, snow kiting up in Norway. But he and I are going to sit down next week and get his perspective on risk, get my perspective on risk. And, there was a lot of chatter this year about that, especially after seeing David Sasudeli's launch, who I spent quite a bit of time with actually this year. I flew with him from Lermoos up to Zell. Not quite to Zell, but had a nice flight with him on that final route. Neat kid. I'd love to get him on the show. We've got Celine Lorenz coming up and several others. So plenty of Red Bull X-Alps stuff coming in the future. I know we do a lot on that, but it is my most favorite topic. It is the most excellent race. It was a blast. It was exhausting. It's an amazing job. I really love it. I'm very grateful to those folks for providing it. And I know the athletes and the teams are as well. But lots to break down there. Before we get to that, just enjoy this chat with a bunch of these fine gentlemen who made it to goal, made it all the way. Hardest course yet. Weather was great. They were able to fly a ton, but you can see the exhaustion in their eyes. And this gives you a little taste of what they went through. Enjoy.
I'm Tanguy Renoud-Goud, and I made the X-Alps 25.
Tanguy, what was the high and the low point of this race?
On this race, I think the low point, it was during the second day with the fun wind. It was really, really not cool and dangerous, and I regret a little bit to flew during this day. And I think the more cool it was during the fourth day when we finally find the way to catch up the leading group and to flew a little bit in the front. So it was really cool. When we arrived in Bicentis, we was really happy.
How did this race compare to the 23?
I think it was really more hard. Already it was more long, so...
This one was more hard.
Yeah, it was more hard because more long and we walked more, and I think I was clearly more tired. Yeah, with the new rules to use the night pass, not at the last night, it was really difficult to pass 2 days after this night pass.
What did you do differently this time, preparation-wise? What did you learn from last time that changed this time?
I tried to run more in the flat, but with all the injuries, it was not so easy to improve this. And I think I was less stressed, for sure. And I tried to fly on all the conditions, but it's same. It's difficult to train this.
I know it's very hard for people to put into words what it means to get here to make goal, but now you've had some time to think about it.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
But it's I don't know how to say, but after 2 years of preparation, it's finally the goal, the youth team goal to arrive. It's just very cool, and
Does it meet your expectations? Does it beat your expectations?
Finally, but we wanted, I think, all the team wanted to make a best result, and we started to believe because we success to keep the leading group during 5 days. But it's so the level is so high, and it's some detail very hard to. Yeah, it's very very hard to stay with this leading group. So finally we was really really not happy in Les Deux Alpes, and we success to come back and finish 9.
Result-wise, are you disappointed, or it's okay?
It's okay. It's okay because it's finished really good.
Yeah, you made it.
But in Les Deux Alpes, I was really not happy. But it's a game. It's a competition.
Okay, really hard one.
Yeah.
Will you want to do it again? Will you do it again?
No. But I know me. After 6 months, I will forget already the hard
pain.
day. Yeah, the pain, and maybe we will see.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Shane Tighe. I'm an Australian pilot. I flew in the X-Alps in 2025.
And you made it, dude.
I did make it. It was, quite an experience. It's been something I've wanted to do for a while, just to test myself, like physically and mentally. And I'm super glad to make it here.
You had a pretty ripper X-Pier this last year.
Yeah.
How did this compare?
Oh, they're totally different races. X-Pier, I was pretty casual in that. Like, I never ran, I don't think, besides the last day. First day and last day. But yeah, we were pretty relaxed. You get a lot more sleep there, 11 hours a night, which is more than what I get normally. And then this one, you can't stop. You have to keep moving, otherwise you get behind. You get to launch 10 minutes late, and you end up behind everyone. You'll never catch them. So yeah, there's a different pace. This one's definitely a lot faster.
Tell me a high point and a low point from the race.
I really liked. So we took a different line from Les Deux Alpes to Locarno. So there was thunderstorms predicted, and I didn't really want to fly into the thunderstorms in Italy. So we peeled off and went into Switzerland, into the Rhone Valley, and landed before the storms there and just walked through the night. So the route's 50K longer, but I just walked that out on my night pass and then took off the next day and just recrossed the Alps and joined the gaggle on the other side. So it didn't gain anything really, but it was a cool way to just mix up the race a bit more. And like, it was my supporters' idea. And when we were flying, they just put it out there like, hey, do you want to try something different? I'm like, yeah, well, I'm here for the adventure, so let's do it. And they sort of gave me a rundown, just, fly to Switzerland and pull your night pass and then fly back tomorrow and give it a go. And it the plan worked out perfectly. We didn't really expect the gaggle that went through Italy to make it as far as they did in the storms, but they did. I'm sure it was pretty gnarly, but it was a much safer option to go into Switzerland and just walk pretty much straight line all night. That was my high point. It was cool just to do something different. Low point, I don't know, the whole thing's a bit of an adventure, so there's no true low points. There's a couple of frustrating moments, the last day was pretty frustrating.
Yeah.
I got stuck for basically 3 hours, hiked up. I knew it wasn't going to be good until 11. But Friedrich, who was one mountain back behind me, I was, just at 2,000 meters. I was planning to walk to 2,200. I seen he'd taken off. I was like, well, if he's flying, I should be flying. So I quickly rushed, set up and took off. And then, I scratched my way around the corner and I couldn't really get above 2,000 meters, which was pretty much where I launched. And so I landed, face landed, just to sort of think about what I'm doing. I checked the tracking and Friedrich had also landed and walked up to the 2,200 launch, which I would plan to walk up originally. Which was an amazing.
You could have just stayed put.
I could have just done nothing and we would have been in the same spot. Anyway, so he walked
Do you think that some of the... I was kind of amazed because I got to float around. I got to spend a morning with Kriegel and Simone and Aaron their last day on their way into Lermoos, and they were so casual. They were so patient and just hanging and chilling out.
You have to be patient. So,
and I was never like that. All four of I was always rushing too much, and I paid the price for it a lot.
Well, I think that's probably my biggest learning from this race was timing and patience. So on the good cross-country days, basically every day I'd try to do a hike and glide and then hike up again and go cross-country. But if you miss that cross-country window by half an hour, you launch a little bit later than the other person, you'll never catch them. So it was shown quite a few times during the race where the people who would walk up, have a casual walk up and then just wait for the XC conditions to come on, would actually get a jump on everyone because they took off just slightly earlier. And, 10 or 20K glide they can do that pretty quick when it's thermic.
Sure.
Or walking on the road and walking up too late. There's quite a price to pay for being a bit slow. So that was interesting with Friedrich. So he went up to that high launch, which was a very, very good trigger. And I had top landed, I looked back where he was, he hadn't taken off. So I took off again. I climbed out to 2,300 meters. I went on glide to the next mountain, and when I went on glide, he'd just taken off, and I got stuck, properly stuck, and I couldn't crack the inversion at 2,000 meters. I needed about 24 to make the valley crossing, and I was there for 2 hours. I watched him fly over me, watched Ben fly over me, and then just stuck on this mountain, not being able to crack the inversion. So I ended up flying back about 4 or 5K, back to where I'd originally launched. Which was a mountain that Friedrich had launched off, the 2,200 meter high mountain. Got a nice thermal off that to 3-1 and then finally made the crossing. But the whole exercise cost me 3 hours and I got to watch everyone else fly over me. I was stuck down there. So it wasn't really a low point, but
frustrating.
It's totally frustrating, especially I had 30 Ks to go and I can do this in an hour and a half or 2 hours. I'm pretty much, the race is over. So I was pretty relaxed going into it. I'll be there soon. Didn't take a charge, so my phone was running flat, and and then there was 4 hours to do 30 Ks. I could have jogged it in.
Torture. Yeah, you could have jogged it in.
So that was quite frustrating, and after 10 days of not a whole lot of sleep, quite frustrating to
just want to get in and go to bed.
Wanted to get there and
have a beer.
Yeah, just have a bit of a relax. And it was this is not as easy as I thought it would be.
Yeah, right.
And so that was interesting for sure. But it's all part of the experience, and I'm glad to have made it here. And I think 17th is pretty good. I like to think it's bang in the middle. I'm a perfect average X-Alps pilot. So
nice. Will you do it again?
Probably not. The race is fun, but the risk is quite huge. I tried not to push my limits, so I walked down from a few launches that I know others didn't. And at the end of the day, I just want to stay safe, and being in a race environment really pushes you to step outside your limits a little bit. And I don't know. Yeah, it's too much. I've done it. I've experienced what it's like. And honestly, the Alps are amazing, and to race through it and miss out on all the cool stuff is a bit of a disappointment. Like, wow, this is beautiful. I wish I could just have 5 minutes to like swim in this beautiful lake or enjoy this, area. But you just got to keep moving.
Frantic.
I love bivvy style flying, because if the weather isn't that good, you just land and enjoy the area, or you find something nice, a nice town or whatever, you explore it. And in the race environment, you can do that, but it's not going to get you very far.
Right.
You'll be way behind pretty quickly. So, and that was like the last day. I had 2, like the morning walk and my walk up to the second launch was just amazing. Like, such a beautiful area. They had sculptures all along the footpaths and kids' playgrounds and a lot of really cool stuff. So I don't know, flying and hiking through the Alps is a cool way to see it. So I'd like to take the time a little bit more, and doing it in a race is not really a good way to take it all in. It's too quick.
Well, Shane, congratulations. It was a hell of a campaign to you and your team.
Yeah.
And congratulations on being the first Aussie to do it.
Yeah. Awesome. It's been fun.
Who are you?
I'm Rémi Bourdelle. I'm a French pilot paragliding, and I fly since 20 years.
20 years?
Yeah.
A lot of the athletes this year have just been 4 or 5 years. It's kind of hard to believe, isn't it?
Yeah, but at the beginning, it's not my favorite activity because I love all the outdoor sport. But finally, with hike and fly, it's very amazing because you need to have the very good physical sensation, and you need to have the very good feeling in the air. It's very different, but when you married the two things, it's a unique activity.
How does it feel here that you made it? How does it feel now? You've had, 24 hours to process it?
I think I'm not really the race is finished. For me, I'm focused. Okay, we can go. We need to go. And finally, with I don't know, maybe it's with the weather or with the team, but it's passed very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, on 8 days.
It's weird being done, isn't it?
Yeah.
I always found that the hardest part. I always found getting done is the hardest part. Not immediately, but in a few days, it's so nice to have nothing to worry about except this race. The outside world doesn't exist when you're in this race.
Honestly, I don't know. No. No, I don't know.
When you think back now to the race, do you have a moment that really stands out? Maybe a high and a low?
The highest moment when I pass I don't know this name, but it's just between Zermatt area and the Mo de Sola area in Italy. And we need to climb very, very high, but we have the limit with LTA.
Yeah.
It's 3,800, and the thunderstorm is coming, and I need to climb very fast, but I need to check my instrument. Oh, be careful, or don't go in the limit. And I go on the little pass, and maybe the pass is 4,500 meters, and finally I'll pass just with 1 or 2 meters.
That's amazing.
And if I do a mistake, I land on the glacier and the race is finished for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you couldn't have gotten out of there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty. And how about a low point?
The low point. I think it's when I arrive to just after the Mo de Sola, when we go to the long area to Saint Maurice. Simon passed maybe 2 hours before me, and he have the good climbing and the good cloud for the very fast. And finally, for me, the cloud base is very low, and I have a lot of walls for passing, and it's not possible. And I have just it's very shit because I managed just the one glide on the lake. It's 1,060 meter just for the glide, but it's not on the weight point. It's on the opposite of the weight point. And when I arrive to the lake, it's we have very strong valley breeze, and I jump. But I'm afraid because the thunderstorm is coming in front to me, and I need to find the good moment for landing just before the thunderstorm, and I don't like it. This one, and maybe I think another one. It's just before the Merano Via Ferrata, because we have it's just on the beginning of the not the beginning of the day, but on the north front. It's very strong, and we need to land. And for me, it's my limit. It's maybe 40 kilometer per hour, just on the lee side. It's very turbulent, and I really don't like this.
Have you flown in conditions similar to what you experienced in this race? Is it beyond anything you've...
No, never.
Yeah.
Because normally, when it's a really shit condition, I learn before.
Sure.
But with the adrenaline and another pilot, and we need to push, because if you don't fly in the strong condition, my focus is to finish the race, and all the time you need to push. But I think it's very important to find your limit. And for me, I'm very happy because after that, I said that on my team, okay, if the wing doesn't go a little bit low, I just walk. And finally, I'm lucky because the wing is a little bit less on the takeoff, and I take off again. But I'm really happy with that because it's my limit. It's fun, and I say that it's okay.
I know this is an impossible question, but have you thought about the next one?
It's too early.
Too early.
But
not no.
Yeah, not for sure, but not yet. We will see.
Yeah.
We will see.
Have you, in the other hike and fly races you've done, or anything else in your life, have you ever done anything that was this emotional, this big, this overwhelming?
Can you repeat?
Is this the biggest thing you've done in terms of just
yeah,
everything, all of it?
Yeah, for me it's unique. It's not comparable with another hike and fly competition. It's biggest, and with all the media and people to follow you. It's just amazing.
Who are you?
My name is Jean-Biolley, 29 years old, and just finished the Red Bull X-Alps.
How does it feel?
Somehow I feel relieved, and just, really, really happy of how everything went. Even though we had some setbacks, the team was amazing, and I think that my goal was to have a great experience with a lot of learnings, and that's what I got. So very happy.
You supported Tom in the last one. How important is that to support someone before you do it?
I think it puts the attention on details that actually are really important. I remember that at that time I was very tired, so very big factor is sleep, and then trying to I learned a lot of things and discovered how I can use those things to apply them to my team, even though I have I think a pretty different approach than Tom to the team and to the organization. I learned a lot.
What are some highlights of the different approach?
Tom is like really always in a really adventurous mindset. He likes to have like a small, nimble team, and I want to have things a bit more like organized, I think. I remember, I think it was the second day of the race with Tom. He was hiking and we were shopping underwear for him because he didn't have enough underwear. and for example, with my supporter Antoine, which is really organized and focused, this would be like unimaginable. And he has counted all my underwear and all my socks before the beginning of the race. And we even went to buy more, but in advance.
That's funny. When you look back now, and you'll be processing this for months, but what's a highlight? What's a low light? What's the one that really stands out that was magic, and what was the worst?
Well, definitely the worst. I had I think my crash, and then also another very bad flight from Les Deux Alpes, where I got in really turbulent air and went to a stall with a twist, and it could have ended with a rescue. And it's the first big thing I had like this in paragliding.
First real combat situation.
Yeah, I mean real extreme that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, every time I managed it, except from the crash, and then so that was probably the worst. But then we bounced back, and I remember one amazing moment at the end of the day, flying from Dicentis. I found above, it was Andermatt, crazy convergence at 8:30, and kept on
in
going
the morning?
up. No, in the evening.
Oh.
And it was crazy.
Oh man, were you able to utilize it, or did you have to spiral down to the ground?
No. I could really push it to the end.
Ah, cool.
And it was so smooth, and it was understandable how it could happen, but it was pure luck that we got
pure
into
surprise.
it.
Yeah, that's
because I was completely in the middle of the valley, and there was another athlete in front of me, and he couldn't catch any lift on the slope. So we were, it was just pure luck, but amazing. Those moments you only have in hike and fly races.
Yeah, amazing. I know it's very early to ask this question, but I always thought about now in my races. Will you do it again?
Yeah, it was in one of my objectives, to want to do it again, because when I signed up for this one, I was already looking at the next one, building experience to be better. So yes, for sure.
Cool. What would be anything you would do differently?
Maybe something Tom said about the fifth day or something, and also after my crash, you see a lot of athletes hurting themselves or having to DNF, and at some point it really becomes about getting to the end and surviving. So maybe that mindset I will hold earlier in the race.
Just more margin.
Yeah, it's not. It's also related to margin, but also just a mindset that you have to last for 10 days, and it means for pushing, for sleep, for risk, for everything. But just keeping that in mind. Yeah, it's a long run, so yeah. And in the beginning, you're so excited, and I was in a great position in the beginning, so you're really excited to continue pushing and stuff, and you have to remind yourself that you still have to go on for 10 days. And
long way to go.
Yeah.
One step in front of the other. Thanks, John.
Welcome.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Who are you?
I'm Juraj Scheid, Team USA for the Red Bull X-Alps 2025.
In not too many words, how was the experience?
It was everything I expected. It was
really,
and more.
Yeah.
I knew that I would be flying all the conditions from the good to the bad. Yeah, there are some I think there might have been one classic flying day in there in the mix, and the rest was not all the way to survival flying, but it was just you're flying and all the it's just weird. It doesn't work the way that you think it's working or it's supposed to work, and you just gotta be flexible and fly the day.
High point and low point.
I'll start with the low point. I think it was flying. Well, I mean, I think I might
some
change.
Of these.
I might. It reminds me. I might change my answer. I was going to say the low point, kind of emotionally, was just there was a day 3. I just felt like I wasn't connecting with the day. I was trying to chase other pilots, and they were flying their flight, and I was trying to fly their flight.
This was after Murano?
This is after Murano.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was just chasing them down. I was just a little bit lower, and nothing was working. I'd watch them fly into a ridge and ping out, and I was groveling there for half an hour, and I just didn't know, didn't feel like I could fly the Alps. I just felt like I didn't belong. And then everyone went off on their line, and I just was like, well, they're going this way. I'm just going to take the shortcut and go straight through, and then flew my flight. And
this was the same Ritz.
Yeah, to St. Moritz.
Yeah, you dusted me that day. That pissed me off. I was like, he was one of my adventure guys a couple years ago in Utah, and he just totally dusted me.
Yeah, so I just that was emotionally, I picked it back up, and I got into St. Moritz and kept going. But and then from St. Moritz too, it was again back low, because everybody launched this one spot, but I was a little late, and it was lee side, and it came over the back, and then and then Jean had a hard landing, and I was just I don't know if I want to do this. It was windy. What do I do? Do I just start walking 20 kilometers but just continue forward?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the emotional low point. But yeah, and then the high point. There's so many good moments. And that's why I did this race. 'Cause it's hard to pick one, but every day there was always something beautiful, some beautiful mountain range, something but I think the high point might have been when I really fell into my element on the second to last day in my race on day 10, and just flew my own flight.
This was when you went from 21st to 12th.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I had no idea I passed that.
Is that where you came in too?
Well, I tagged Lermouse that day, and then I landed 30 kilometers short of goal, and then ran. But
you ended up in 12th, right?
Yeah, I ended up, I bumped into 11th for a bit, but then Marcus passed me.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Because you were at that whole chase gaggle kind of, 11th to 21st, 22nd.
Yeah.
Because the night before you were at the back of that gaggle, and then
it was a long road day, and I was going slow, and they got ahead of me, and so I had to use strategy, and
that was quite cool too. I mean, that morning, pretty much everybody else did some kind of little hike and glide. Mm-hmm. You slept in, and you were in position to start the day right when it turned on, right, and then just flew to the front and stayed there, right?
Yeah,
and that's kind of how that went down.
Yeah. That's a good feeling. And again, I flew my flight, and I think that's a really important takeaway from this race or in paragliding in general, is fly your flight. Don't do what other people are doing. Make it your own, and it's just going to be that much more special when it works.
Yeah, totally. Style, I think, is what that means. Doing it in style. No one's really been able to answer this, but I keep asking it. Will you do it again?
Well, I mean, I miss landing on the float, so I guess I have to go do another race so I can land on it.
Yeah, the last edition and this edition with so many people getting in, I feel like it's tweaked people's expectations. You know, I mean, now this will change it with the numbers this year, but historically it's got an 11% finish rate. You know, I mean, two of the ones I was in, one of them, one person made it, another one, two people made it. You know, this is kind of outrageous that so many people are getting in with good weather. But
I mean, we had good flying days.
Yeah,
really
you flew every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in 2017, you didn't even fly the first day. Walked up Salzburg, or Geisberg, walked down, walked for 80K. It was a miserable way to start a race. No,
and then your body is just wrecked for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we got to fly a lot.
Yeah, and spectacular terrain. I mean, some of the videos that you've seen are incredible. So yes is the answer.
Yeah.
Well, Jared, congratulations. Well done to you and your team, which I think was the smallest team. It was just Isaac and Carl.
Yep,
And
just 3 of us.
what were you calling it? Something and mean. Slim and mean. Right?
Lean and mean.
Lean and mean.
Yeah.
You guys were lean and mean. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Who are you?
I'm a small guy from a small country to the east, and my name is Juraj Koreň.
Tell me, how was your experience overall?
Overall,
In a few words.
Overall of X-Alps. we
Yes.
Spoke about. I don't know if it's the English word, but galley. You know where the slaves.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, something really strong, but also really breathtaking or to heavens taking. Because I see a lot of places from really high altitude, and all of the regions of the Alps, it connects to my mind somehow. Like, okay, here it's like this because there is a long valley heading to the sea, and that's why it's so stable here. And kind of this region differences was visible to me, which opens me new horizons in knowledge of flying here.
How did this experience compare to 2019?
Absolutely 100%, 200% better.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
In 2019, it was my worst part of life ever. I mean, I had really strong depression. I lost 10 kilos even before the race. I was like homeless, no money, and I had suicidal tendencies, kind of really not trying to kill myself, but my feeling was like, I don't want to live anymore. That was my before the race setup.
Wow.
Because in that time, I think I lost the love of my life and this bullshit stuff, and it really destroyed me.
Wow.
3 months before, I almost stopped eating. I almost stopped sleeping. I slept like 1 hour in 2 days, eat like once per 2 days.
God, how did you even come to the race?
And it's a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, you still had to do it, but wow, man.
It was
That's
really,
a lot going on.
really, really hard that time. And of course, my mental possibilities was super low because of not sleeping. You fly and there is like darkness.
Yeah.
Like what I'm doing, I don't know, it's just there, So it was pretty hard. And of course, my experience with the Alps, flying in the Alps with the valley winds, Föhn and stuff like this was very, very little. So even if I will be in a better mental or physical shape, I will be not able to fly as good as later. Or, I mean, a lot of flights I did was with the luck, Not that I know what's going on.
Right.
I just had the luck and like stubborn head in front.
Yeah. It's you and I flew quite a few times together in this one, and I call you the Slovakian stoic. You're so stoic about things, but you were having a lot of fun. I mean, every time we were flying, you were just hooping and hollering and loving it. It's hard to imagine the 2019 you versus now.
Yeah. I cannot say
You had a really good time, I felt like, on this time.
Yeah, it was because I know what's going on, and I was believing in my possibilities, I know what I can kind of do, that I could fly in this side and know what's going on.
Yeah.
It's really hard to describe in foreign language, which is not mine. It's even super hard to explain in my own language, but my biggest fear from the beginning of flying was like, I fly and I don't know what's going on. Like why I'm sinking. You know, when you know what's ahead of you, there will be a lee side and I could expect collapses. You are ready. You know, okay, now I hit the wind and it's going from the backside. So staying here, there's 2 options, and you know what's fucking going on.
Yeah.
And when you don't know, I feel kind of not useless, but not harmless.
Confused and not confident.
Like you losing the control of the situation. You cannot affect the situation.
You're not controlling your destiny.
Because you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So how to prevent the bad things?
What was the high point of the race and the low point of the race?
The lowest point definitely was the time in the second day when I landed in Merano very badly and destroyed my glider and partially dislocated my arm, which gets back again. But I mean, the glider was like, shit, I cannot continue because my glider, it's done. It was 96 centimeter hole in it with some internal destruction.
How did you fix it?
I called my friend, Mike Kremer from Meyerhofen, from Zillertal. Man, this is a lifetime chance to help me. I really, really, really need your help to make it happen. It was in the time when I was climbing Via Ferrata with my arm, which was like this.
Oh, God.
And through the call, I was screaming like, like bear or whoever, berserker, or, it was really painful. But pain is temporary and glory is forever. So I just pushed myself and we managed it. The guy came, Mike came, and he did it in the night when I was hiking with my second glider, which was even much more heavier and even much more bigger. I mean, one size bigger and 2 kilos heavier, but Ferdi allows it to me because I was not really flying with it. I was just hiking through Merano, and he managed it in the night. Wow. And in the morning, I was like taking off, like, shit, I hope he did it good, but I believe in him because, internal structure damage and just rip from outside, it's totally different.
It's a hard repair.
Yeah. He was really like a long work. It was a really long work for him, but he managed. So that was my low. And of course the hand. But for example, to grabbing the bees was like,
oh God, dude.
Or like, really with pain. Now it's better, but still. Like,
so the rest of the race, it was really bothering you, huh?
Yeah, it was bothering, but there is nothing impossible for those who try. And I mean the pain.
No question
part
ever.
Of stoic thinking.
Yeah, no question of ever quitting or something. No, it was just like, fuck it. What about the high point? I know there's a lot.
That's a lot of. I would say the last thermal I got before Schmidt.
Really? You're gonna make it.
Yeah, like
that's a good feeling.
I took off I call it strudel. It's this horizontal lee side. It's hard to explain, but I was on kind of sharp ridge. The wind was from the back, and in front or on the side was the thermal. So the wind was like this, but immediately turns, and I took over. Wow! Really grabs me. There was a high power lines in front of me, like 50 meters. And I forget to unclip my cocoon because I was hiking with the glider to be ready immediately to fly. So I was like, and grabbing like 4 meter really nasty bam thermal. But I was, I will fucking make it.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
It's nice to fly in.
And you see it in front of you like, yeah, I got you, Schmidt.
Nice. This is too early to ask this, but I ask it anyway because I think it's interesting. Will you do it again?
My supporter said it's the last time in the beginning of the race. But you know what was yesterday with the Slivovica evening? What was the topic of the discussion? Shall we go again?
And?
We postponed it this decision for later. First of all, if I will have the same team, plus, I mean, one guy who was just a short time with us, 2 days at the beginning, Andrei, if he will be with a part of actual team for a whole time, I think I will go. Because we have experience, we have the internal humor, and we know each other, what's going on and stuff like this. Then I will apply. But if I will need to take a different people without experience, probably will be not a good idea. The only thing which I was concerning is like, in an amount of money and time invested in this, what I can do by myself. I mean, I'm a bit of introvert guy, solo, alone in the mountains. You know, we speak a lot about this. And with the amount of money invested in X-Alps, I could be on 3 expeditions, really hardcore shit, 3 months, you know? But at the end, I feel really good spirit here compared to 2019, because I was totally in different mental shape, of course, but maybe different organizers, whatever, you know? But I feel really like in family here, and I feel that I'm kind of able to fight in the midfield. So it's like 60 yes, 40 no for now. But let's postpone it for later. Also, the support from the sponsors is important, you know, for us, because if we can train, like really aim and do not try just 5 days before the race as a team, but like go for a month and like really, you know, like high level preparation, then it's totally different music, kind of metal one.
Thanks, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Kevin.
If you find the Cloud-Based Mayhem valuable, you can support it in a lot of different ways. You can give us a rating on iTunes or Stitcher, or however you get your podcast. That goes a long ways and helps spread the word. You can blog about it on your own website or share it on social media. You can talk about it on the way up to launch with your pilot friends. I know a lot of interesting conversations have happened that way. And of course, you can support us financially. This show does take a lot of time, a lot of editing, a lot of storage and music and all kinds of behind the scenes cost. So if you can support us financially, all we've ever asked for is $1 a show. And you can do that through a one-time donation through PayPal, or you can set up a subscription service that charges you for each show that comes out. We put a new show out every 2 weeks. So for example, if you did $1 a show and every 2 weeks, it'd be about $25 a year. So way cheaper than a magazine subscription, and it makes all of this possible. I do not want to fund this show with advertising or sponsors. We get asked about that pretty frequently, but for a whole bunch of different reasons, which I've said many times on the show, I don't want to do that. I don't like having that stuff at the front of the show. And I also want you to know that these are authentic conversations with real people, and these are just our opinions, but our opinions are not being skewed by sponsors or advertising dollars. I think that's a pretty toxic business model. So I hope you dig that. You can support us. If you go to cloudbasedmayhem.com, you can find the places to support. You can do it through patreon.com/cloudbasedmayhem. If you want a recurring subscription, you can also do that directly through the website. We've tried to make it really easy, and that will give you access to all the bonus material, little video casts that we do and extra little nuggets that we find in conversations that don't make it into the main show, but we feel like you should hear. We don't put any of that behind a paywall. If you can't afford to support us, then just let me know and I'll set you up with an account. Of course, that'll be lifetime, and hopefully you're being in a position someday to be able to support us. But you'll find all that on the website. All of you who have supported us or even joined our newsletter or bought Cloud-Based Mayhem merchandise, t-shirts or hats or anything, you should be all set up. You should have an account, and you should be able to access all that bonus material now. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate your support, and we'll see you on the next show. Thank you.